Francesca from Consciousful. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel and clicking on this video. Today's video is in a new setting as I am in another state, slightly on vacation, but I'm still working. I'm just taking a break from social media and unplugging, recharging and resetting my soul at this time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today's video is going to be a video for the collective. And I do have my dog wandering around in the background, so if you hear me call him, I'm just wanting him to stay close to me. Okay, my friends, so let's go ahead and get it started. General advice from Spirit and Divine about what you need to know at this time. So right now there's a major emphasis of there being a lot of pressure for there to be endings in your professional and in your private life. It does appear as though this can be a rough time in the energetic forecast, my friends, as there's a lot of emphasis on needing to gain responsibility when it comes to your stability and how personal matters or old cycles, limited beliefs, or your shadow has kind of like hovered over your ability to transcend certain obstacles in your life, limitations, and really inhibiting you from ascending your consciousness. So at this time, Divine is actually pushing the collective to be confident and not care so much about ending these tough cycles, right? Whether it's an identity, the way that you comply to a hierarchy or control. There's a major emphasis on also like there being potential like a lot of density in the mind, negativity, negative thoughts coming up, needing to address certain fears. You know, Divine is making sure that at this time in the last few weeks of the retrograde that you become very ambitious to prepare yourself to accomplish your professional dreams without being ruthless, but also to face the reality about what you need to do and a plan that you need to develop in order to achieve certain goals. So it seems as though there's a lot of worst case scenario fears emerging at this time, especially when it comes to personal life, love life, family matters, health, but also finances, work, life, career. A lot of you guys can be contemplating if you want to stay at a certain job. Do you want to leave? Do you want to stay? How could you actually approach your job in a new way that could actually expand you, give you and grant you more confidence? And there's a major emphasis on also Divine propelling people towards their destiny. There a lot of light workers, star seeds are actually being initiated as well, needing to really come towards their calling, because it does seem as though as we get closer to winter, a lot of star seeds or light workers are really gonna have to begin to play a role in their mission, because at that time there's going to be a major judgment call that I believe I did talk about in the beginning of the year. Rocky, come here. And the judgment call will be called, so a lot of us are needing to kind of like begin to implement the role of what we're meant to do in this lifetime. So whether it's healing people, being a revolutionary, standing up for human rights, you know, just being someone that helps the people in general. So right now it's a good time to actually step back, take a good time to actually recharge yourself. You want to also question, like, are you thinking too much about certain details in a dilemma? Are your thoughts counterproductive? There's a major emphasis on you needing to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, especially when it comes to like the control that the government has over our assets in the world right now. There's a lot of changes regarding our economic system and the currency, and it seems as though we're actually getting closer for there to be a complete reform. So there's a major emphasis. Okay, I guess Rocky's wanting to be in the video. Say hi, Rocky, to my star friends. Okay, so enjoy. I guess Rocky's gonna be in the video before I am. So Divine is basically in a way wanting you guys to, in the collective, right, for us to find a balance in our practical life, but also in our spiritual life. You know, it's a good time to remind yourself as well that life is an adventure, and you want to see beyond your own backyard and your way of thinking. It's all about, right now, it's about having fun before we go into a new territory where our belief systems are going to be challenged. And regardless, right now, it's going to be important for you to look at the bigger picture about the sacrifices you're making, especially when it comes to like money that needs to be saved, potential uncertainties when it comes to finances, banks being in control, or I'm seeing like the collective really being called to not focus on where their money or their abundance or their safety is going to come from, and more focus on visualizing exactly what it is that you want to manifest. Because there's a lot of emphasis on a lot of people having a scarcity, especially due to the current times that we're living in. But this scarcity is being stemmed from the environment. So what you're being called to do is basically to implement the law of correspondence, to see how the law of attraction will work for you if you begin to visualize and manifest safety and abundance for yourself. So really begin to embody this abundance, think about the abundance, act in accordance to the abundance in order for there to be. There doesn't have to be uncertainty if you are taking action. And it does seem as though, you know, you could be someone that needs a practical plan, or just needs a lot of information to know, okay, how am I going to get this? Like, the collective is really stuck on how. How are they going to attain this relationship? How are they going to attain this wealth? How are they going to attain this money? You don't have to ever focus on how something's going to happen. You have to focus on the why, embody that why, right? That intention. And then you move forward, take action on it in order for the manifestation to come into fruition. But right now, there's a lot of limited beliefs about expansion, about identity, about the fear that government entities bring upon us. You know what I mean? So right now, there's a major emphasis on the collective actually needing to seek some sort of safety in their community. You know, create some sort of safety in their family, get closer to their family. Right? There's a major emphasis on you needing to deepen the connection to your mother or to a significant woman in your life. Because right now, divine is saying is that we're going to enter a new territory, but right now it's all about preparing for this, getting rid of the beliefs that potentially stop us into thinking that certain entities or people in power wouldn't rob us of our safety, of our necessities, of our resources, right? As I mentioned before, a potential famine and deprivation of resources will be coming, but a lot of people don't necessarily believe this. They can't comprehend the notion of there being tyranny, or just how far a corrupt entity will go in order to impose their rules. So there's a major emphasis on needing to gain control of your emotional stability, of your financial stability, hone safety in your environment, developing the emotional attachment, the emotional connection to building a legacy, stabilizing yourself, not roaming around, right? Right now, it's a time to also take an opportunity to realize the bigger picture about your life and what it is that you need to do in order to regain control over your emotional stability, which will help you gain control over your financial stability. And overall, it's a good time to reset, to recuperate yourself. This is not a time to have everything figured out. This is not the right time to make important decisions in relationships and career matters or anything. It's all about probing, planning. Right now, it's all about having those mental breakthroughs about the actions you need to take in order to transition from certain obstacles, in order to transmute old densities, old realities that you no longer have to live in. Okay, my friends, we are all in charge of our destiny. We are in charge of our life. And our focus of attention creates our reality. What frequency are you tuning into? What frequency and vibration are you broadcasting? Are you broadcasting lack of love, lack of abundance? Are you broadcasting abundance, love, joy, acceptance, patience? Or are you broadcasting greed, selfishness, hatred? Some messages as well for the collective is that right now you're being guided to deepen your connection with your spirit guides. Right now you can be going through a spiritual awakening. This awakening is about the fact that maybe a lot of you focus on lack of opportunity. A lot of scarcity mindsets being eliminated at this moment through the subconscious mind. Needing to have a deeper connection with your faith as well. It seems as though a lot of people right now are going through releasing a potential like cognitive disorder when it comes to either a distorted thought process regarding self or a distorted process when it comes to love. Because a lot of you guys can have family issues or relationship issues that have inflicted on your identity and your abundance. That's being eliminated. But a lot of you guys are also have avoided a lot of the shadow work and now going through a lot of complications on the mental level in order to actually learn and heal. You know, so more awakening was needed. So that's why I'm seeing a lot of you guys could have potentially lost health, lost abundance, lost your stability, lost your emotional stability at this time. But right now, Divine is wanting you to connect deeper to God, connect deeper to your spirit guides and your angels, and actually surrender what it is that you need to surrender in order to really begin to orchestrate a new life for yourself. Divine is also orchestrating endings, especially when it comes to, as I mentioned, certain programming, limited beliefs, a professional matter, a love matter, or even a career matter. So there's a major emphasis on there needing to be expansion, and maybe even you needing to travel beyond your comfort zone and your routine in order to actually get a new sense of perspective. I'm seeing that also as well. There's a major emphasis on you needing to get closer to your community, your neighbors, your family. And also, I feel like this is like a lot of people are going through this with the 9 of Swords here, the bottom of the deck. A lot of people are going through the dark night of the soul. Oh, just saw a yellow butterfly. Dark night of the soul, my friends. So the dark night of the soul usually is actually a time where there's a lot of death, rebirth. So there can be a transition into a new cycle where there is a higher frequency, where you retain a higher frequency and you tap into a new way of perceiving reality. Right, so the dark night of the soul occurs so you can basically shatter an old reality, shatter an old process, thought process, and behavior process to actually help you conform into an individual that is more in alignment with a higher consciousness, a higher understanding of self, of others, and mastering your soul contracts instead of repeating karma or cycles of failure. So there is a major emphasis on people needing to, or people feeling a lot of pressure to make certain changes. And this is regarding everything I've mentioned. For a lot of you guys, it's health. For a lot of you guys, it's also needing to end certain cycles and create a new cycle for yourself. I'm seeing that Oh, excuse me. Especially, woo, bless me. Especially when it comes to certain connections. I'm gonna do a love reading right now. So that's about it, my star friends. Overall, it is going to be an important time to save your money, save your resources, get out of isolation. Don't restrict yourself at this moment. If you are in isolation, it is okay as it is Mercury retrograde, so you can take time for yourself. But it's going to be important to really take a lot of time to overcome any emotional trauma that you've been avoiding. Allow it to come to the surface and allow it to just be replenished with emotional understanding, self-awareness, and enlightenment, as you will be receiving after this dark night of the soul. So allow the old trauma, limited beliefs, old programming, old conditioning release you, so you no longer have to really fall back into this old state of being that wasn't content, that was hiding from your light. And now it is time to walk into the light. It is time to walk into the truth. It is time to gain stability over yourself, over your safety, over your well-being. And you can foster the opportunity. You don't need to wait on no one, nothing, no amount of money, no destination to actually attain the peace, attain the clarity, attain the answers that you want. You can begin to actually work on yourself and certain cycles, reap the rewards that you're going to be achieving as you step into your faith, as you step into surrendering. So look at the bigger picture and allow things to unfold. All right, my star friends, I will be making a love reading, and go ahead and tune into that. And here's a little gray butterfly. Bye now.